These are right? Who is hostile? The Englishman, right? On what he is pleased to call the King's English. Nevertheless, the Breton speaks
Egypt, for they shall presently cry to the Creator Yah by reason of them that afflict them. And and he shall send them a man who shall save them, and he shall judge and save them. And the Creator shall be known to the Egyptians, and the Egyptians shall know the Creator Heyah.
who is hostile, the Englishman, right? On what he is pleased to call the King's English. Nevertheless, the Breton speaks Native American or American Indian whenever he uses such non-English words. Right? We're about to get into what? Non-English words. What did they just say? The Breton, the Englishman. They speak American Indian whenever they use such.
Okay, let's get back to this. So the Creator says, and he's saying he's an Egyptian. So the reason why I brought that up is because he's like, I'm Egyptian, I'm Egyptian, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. Okay, then in that day, there shall be 5 cities in Egypt speaking the language of the Canaanite, the what? Canaanite, and swearing by the name of the Creator Heyah, the authority of the hosts of the heavens. One city shall be called the city of Ashdod, and in that day there shall be an altar to the Creator Heyah in the land of the Egyptians, and a pillar to the Creator by its borders. Let me see. So this is Isaiah chapter 19. Then it says, chapter 19, verse 20. And it shall be for a sign. That's my friend right there. So what are you trying to say? It's a sign? Yes, this is a sign. And it shall be for a sign to the Creator forever in the land of Egypt. For they shall presently cry to the Creator Yah by reason of them that afflict them. And and he shall send them a man who shall save them, and he shall judge and save them. And the Creator shall be known to the Egyptians, and the Egyptians shall know the Creator Heyah in that day. It's always in that day. Y'all, it's a lot of in that day in this book. And they shall offer sacrifices, and they shall vow vows to the Creator Heyah and pay them. So what is the sacrifices? What is the sacrifices of us? It's the bulls of our lips. That's what the true sacrifice is the bulls of our lips, not the bulls on the altar. The bulls on our lips. And the Creator shall strike the Egyptians with a stroke, and shall completely heal them, and they shall return to the Creator Heyah. And he shall hear them and thoroughly heal them. Why is the Creator Yah going to heal the Egyptians? Because they're the seed of Abraham. And the Creator promised Abraham that I will save all of your seed. So that means all of Abraham's kids gonna get saved. All of them. The ones from Sarai and the ones from the other women. Ishmael gonna get saved. Esau, all of them. But not all of Esau. Remember, it's going to be a remnant. It's going to be a remnant of the Egyptian, a remnant of the Assyrians, a remnant of any three that took part in the Psalms 83. Y'all going down for the count, baby. Y'all going down for the count. Those who took crafty counsel against the Creator's chosen people, against the Creator's servants. Oh no, y'all going down, baby. And in that day, there shall be a way for the Egyptian to Assyria, and the Assyrians shall enter into Egypt. See, not all the Assyrians going to die either. And the Egyptians shall go to the Assyrians, and the Egyptians shall serve the Assyrians. And in that day shall Israel be third with the Egyptians and the Assyrians, blessed in the land which the Creator Heyah, the authority of the host in heaven, has Baruch. So who gonna be with them? So it's gonna be Assyrians, the Egyptians, and the house of Israel. Saying, blessed be my people that is in Egypt, and that is among the Assyrians, and Israel is my inheritance. I'm sorry.
Simple as that. They use MK and devices and technology to brainwash our people. I'm going to use it to wake our people up. You dig what I'm saying? So you sit here till the end of the line, I will decolonize your brain, or at least make you start wondering. All right. So let's get into this book, right? So inside this book, page 27, what's happening, Capri? Peace, peace. Shout out to everybody that's in here, man. I appreciate y'all. Right. So inside this book, right, it tells you on page 27, America is Atlantis. Atlantis is America. Told y'all that in the beginning, showed y'all the map, 1600s. So America, Atlantis, which is where Thoth is from in your Egyptian gods, as the certain or the curtain, which has hitherto concealed the prehistoric connection between the peoples of ancient Egypt and of America, is lifted. It will be seen that the people of the eagle on the Nile, being descended from the people of the eagle on this continent, the original people of this continent, the twine are one, and that prehistoric America was the original Egypt or eagle land, and that eagle is the phoenix. I get into that later, right? But America was the original Egypt right here. Firstborn among the continents, America has been falsely denominated the New World. Hers was the first dry lands lifted out of the waters. Hers was the first shores washed by the oceans that enveloped all the earth besides, while Europe was represented only by islands rising here and there above the sea. America, Atlantis, already stretched an unbroken line of land from Nova Scotia to the far west. All right? Go ahead and get y'all a screenshot. Thomas Jefferson said that America was the first to be inhabited by people. Yeah, Thomas Jefferson. He said that America was the first to be inhabited by people. And that the West, the East over there overseas was peopled by the West, meaning that people came from here and peopled over there and populated those lands over there. All right. Y'all got y'all screenshot? So now we know that America is Atlantis, Egypt, India. All the same people. Indians, Atlanteans, Egyptians, all the same people. Indians, Egyptians, Atlanteans, Sephardics, Moors, all the same people. All right? That's why I tell people, y'all got to learn the difference between real Moors in history and Turks pretending to be Moors. Because there is a difference and people confuse the two. When you talk about dirty Moors in history, those are black Turks, aka black Caucasians. You talk about the feds wearing Ottoman niggas, yeah, those are black Turks, aka black Caucasians. Those aren't Moors. And people confuse them with real Moors in history. And that's where people get lost in confusion. And then they get stuck in their ego to the point where they don't even want to learn about who the real Moors is. They won't even crack open the book, or they won't even come into my live when I'm teaching. Because their ego got them trapped into, it was the dirty Moors who did this to us. The fucking Moors did this to the Indians. And them niggas get all crazy on this app. And I'm like, bro, that is not true. Yes, it was. No, it's not. No, it's not. It was Turks. It was East Europeans. It was Holy Roman Empire. It was Hellenistic people. It was small hats. It was wild men. That's who came over here invading. Not the Moors and Sephardics. The Moors and Sephardics was running from persecution. If I'm running from persecution, I ain't got time to be trying to enslave no goddamn body. Listen to the stories, y'all. If the Sephardics and Moors was run, they was being persecuted. They was being strange fruited by the East Europeans, Holy Roman Empire. They were being exiled. Niggas was being deported and coming to America. Nigga, I ain't got time to be trying to enslave nobody. I'm trying to get these niggas off my ass. And then in a lot of the stories that you break down and read, they tell you that when the Sephardics and Moors got here, they linked up with the Indians. A lot of them created Maroon communities and Creole communities. That's the history. That don't sound like a nigga enslaving Indians to me. That don't sound like niggas is going to war with each other. But people hear the word colony and colonists and think some evil shit. But a colony only means a group of people working together, like a colony of ants. What is a colony of ants? A group of ants who are the goddamn same, working together, protect the queen. So what is a colony when you really talk about it in colonial times? Because like I said, most black Americans haven't found a slave in their genealogy, and we went as far back to the 15 and 1600s. Some of us 17 and early 1800s, but we haven't found a slave though. So what slavery are you talking about? What slavery are you talking about? What ships? Because what a lot of people have failed to understand this too, is that when they said a lot of people was coming over here by ships, it wasn't always by boat or steamboat. You're forgetting airships, because airships existed as early as the 1700s. They was called aeroships. And they existed since the 1700s, and people traveled in the sky. And yes, we invented that. You can go research that up. That's one of our inventions from the 1700s, right? Because most of the inventions that we know came from when they teach you about the inventions of black Americans, they tell you 1800s and they leave it at that. The reason why they do 18 and stop, because if they taught you the shit that you invented in the 17 and 1600s, it'll blow your mind. It'll blow your mind. We got inventions in the 17 and 1600s. Those are topics that you will have to look up yourself. You can't rely on white people to tell you that, or your school teacher. You have to go do that. You can, the same way y'all be Googling shit, you can Google a lot of this stuff ain't really hidden information. People just don't know what to ask to get the answer. You dig? But it's black Americans, hold on. I'll give you a good way. What are black Americans in the 17 and 1600s? Because we got 300 years of invention, and they only told you 100 years. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. We have over 300 years of inventions in America, and they only told you 100 years, if that, and they probably only taught you 10. If you grew up where I grew up in Deep South, they taught you 10. You had to go research the other 1,000. You feel me? The other 120 and shit like that. But we got over 300 years of inventions that stretch all the way back to the 15, 16, and 1700s. That's 300 years right here. Leading up to the 1800s. Real shit. So a lot of people was traveling by sky. Airships or aeroships when they say ships. That's the reason why you can't find no boats. The reason why you can't find no boats because motherfuckers was coming through the sky and motherfuckers was walking over here. because you can walk to America from Europe, and a lot of people don't understand that either. Listen to what a lot of these immigrants is saying, where they coming from. They be catching them. Where are you guys walking from? We're walking from here. We're walking from China. We're walking from Germany. Niggas, how the fuck is y'all walking from these places? One, we don't live on the globe. Two, these continents is actually closer than what the fuck you think. You can go to East Canada, stand at the shores, and you can see France. That shit closer than what you think it is. Real shit. You can go to New York and see Italy and France and shit. You can go to Canada and see France. France ain't even that far from Canada. Russia and Germany ain't nothing but 50 miles if you cutting through goddamn Alaska. If you're going through the Arctic, right? If you're going north and you cutting through the Arctic, Europe is right there. Real shit. Europe is right there. So when we talk about Siberians coming over here invading America, they didn't all just come through Alaska. They came here multiple different ways, right? Some came through Alaska. Some came through Alaska. Some came through the Arctic, right? The subarctic region, right? Coming through the North Pole. Because if you keep walking through the North, you'll end up in like Germany and Russia on that side, right? You'll cross over. And then someone was coming from the East Arctic areas. That's how they came here. They came from the top. And you can walk that. You can walk across ice. But a lot of them had dog sleds. This is where dog sledding came in, right? Niggas strapped dogs in and shit. Got the babies in the back bundled up with another dog pulling clothes and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is coming over here on dogs and shit. Mush! Niggas coming over here on dogs. How you think the Siberian Husky got over here? That motherfucker's from Siberia. How you think the German Shepherd got here? That motherfucker's from Germany. Where you think the German Rottweiler come from? There's two different Rottweilers. We got a German Rottweiler, we got an American Rottweiler. You see what I'm saying? Listen to what I'm telling you. It's not that hard to come over here. And folks been coming over here for a grip. You dig? So, this is why you can't find no ships. It's because people either walked over here or they traveled by sky. And this is why when you look at a lot of 1800 pictures of blimps and shit, the skies is blurred out. Real talk. All the pictures, they blur out the skies. And nobody ever think like, damn, bro, why is it always cloudy? When you pull up World Fair pictures and shit, why is it always cloudy, nigga? Ain't no sunshine, nigga, no clouds, G. That shit is just cloudy. It's because they blocked out the sky. Why? Because a lot of motherfuckers was traveling in the skies. There's a lot of airships, a lot of blimps, a lot of motherfuckers was traveling through skies. That shit is not old. That shit is not new. Ain't nothing new up under the sun. It's just new to you because you knew. Your soul old. Your soul is old, but your experience and your consciousness is new. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, smoke and mirrors, peep game. Right? So now, you say, is it spelled Mers or Moors? It's spelled both ways. Mers is just another pronunciation of Moors. That's it. Tomato, tomato, pecan, pecan. Mers, Moors, Maors, Moros, Mori. It's just different pronunciations of the same people. He said 3 guys just walked from Africa here 3 days ago. See what I'm saying? All right. All truth is being revealed. You just got to be able to look and understand. Right? A lot of this stuff is in plain sight. All right. So just get back to the book real quick, though. And then I start bringing folks up towards the end. If anybody want to come up, if he's still here. So America, Atlantis, Egypt, India, same place. Americans, Atlanteans, Egyptians, Indians, same people. Okay. Are Mers American and Moors African? No. Mers and Moors are the same people. Mers and Moors are the same people. The reason why there's Moors in Africa is because during the deluge, the Yuchi Mayans, Yuchi means children of the sun. Shout out to Swarthy for that, Jim. Yuchi Mayans, Yuchi means children of the sun. So during the deluge, about 5,000 years ago, the Algonquin nations and the Yuchi Mayas, they left America and they went to, and they populated. This is when the population of the other side of the globe started happening, technically. right? They ended up in North Africa and they became your Mauritanians or your Maoris or your Berbers or Tuaregs, right? The names just changed. Same people, names just changed. But the name change ain't really what people think it is, right? They went to Europe, they became Blackamoors. They went to Ireland, they became your Picts, your Druids, your Chaldees, Afrashots, Elites, right? They went to the Iberian, they became your Sephardic, Sephardites. A lot of them went to Asia and became your Shi dynasty. Some of them went to Japan or Japan, which is also a Mayan god, Japan, which is where the name Japan come from. And they became your Nagasakis and your Anu tribe, right? Some of them went to Philippines, became your Negritos. Some of them went to your Middle East and became your original Arabs, right? Not these watered down niggas today or these Africans pretending to be Arabs, right? They became your original Arabs, which still look like us, right? In the Bible, this is where they say that the children of the sun will be scattered to the four corners of the earth, right? Inside the Bible, it says, we were scattered to the four corners of the earth. This is that, right? During the deluge, we were scattered to the four corners of the earth. So it's the same people, just the name only changed, but the name didn't really change because the name is our tribes and it helped them remember where they came from. So when you talk about Moors, in the name Moors or Mers or Mordi or Mero or Moru, that is a shortened version of a Maru Ka, Mor Ka, right? Maru, Meru. When you get to the Egyptians, Meru, M-E-R-U, right? Meru. So they kept the name of America with them to let everybody know who they are and to keep America with them so they don't forget. You feel me? This is how they know this is how later on when you get to the 1400s, the descendants of these Americans that left 5,000 years ago, this is why the descendants who are Sephardics and Moors, they know how to come back home. They remembered where home was, right? Nobody over there knew about America. It was the Sephardics and Moors who was telling them stories and legends and myths and everything. The Mount Olympus and the gods and titans and They was talking about America, but they was telling them the story, right? Because everybody over there like, where y'all come from? And they was telling them where they was coming from, right? And they was describing the land. That was the problem. They started describing the land and all the other motherfuckers was like, yeah, we need to conquer that motherfucker. Yeah, we need to get close to these niggas because I need that gold, right? So that's how all that came about. You feel me? And that's how that side of the world started learning about Atlantis or America, right? Plato learned about Atlantis because of the Atlanteans that told him, right? Or the Mayans that was in Greek and Rome. And I got a book about the Mayans being in Rome and Greece and shit too, right? And that's how they end up knowing it. But like I said, they always kept America with them, right? The language of Phoenician and all of that. You said Amaru means plum serpent? No shit, Sherlock. Duh. Duh, nigga. No shit, Sherlock. Yes. I've been seeing you troll inside my comments. That's why I ain't got no mercy on you. Right? Of course, right? America, the name America comes from Amaru, which means that America is the land of the serpents, right? That's how they knew what America was, right? This is known as the land of serpents, right? Nagas, Nigas, right? Serpent children. But anyways, though, let's get back into this book. I don't want to lose nobody. So now we know that Egypt is in America. So when we talking about the Egyptian Hermes, we talking about who? We talking about Thoth. Right? We talking about Thoth. Right? When we talk about the Egyptian Hermes, we talking about Thoth. And we are in ancient original Egypt, which is America. Right? Which is America. This is what we call cross-referencing for the trolls who don't know shit about research. Right? It's called cross-referencing, putting shit together. Right? So now, right? Egypt and America, same place. Egyptians, Americans, same people. Thoth, Hermes, Thoth. The Egyptian god Hermes, right? We are in America, right? We are in America, right? We are in America. Okay. So now, let's get into thought for a second. First, just understand that on the descent of Hermes Trismegistus from the all-powerful Thoth of the ancient Egyptians, right? Remember, ancient Egypt, ancient Egyptians, right? America, right? Of the ancient Egyptian scribe. See the thought-provoking, right? Thought-provoking, right? Thought. All right, peep game. Connect the dots. Don't let it go over your head, right? All right, let's keep going. All right. Thoth was among the most diverse, popular of all the Egyptian gods, right? So when they saying that Thoth is among the most diverse, what I have already broke down to you is that there's many different incarnations of Thoth, right? Thoth, Buddha, Krishna, right? Hermes, Mercury, right? Loki in Norse mythology, Woden in Norse mythology, right? Jesus in American Indian mythology, Kublai Khan, Quetzalcoatl. You know what I'm saying? All of these are what you know him as Thoth. Okay? A lot of trolls can't grasp what I'm saying. This is why they still going crazy inside the comments, right? But these are all the same deity, everything, right? So peep game. So this is what they mean by Thoth is the most diverse. He is the most diverse out of all the Egyptian gods, all the American gods. He is the most diverse. All right? The most diverse. All right? So in particular, Thoth was regarded even in the most primitive period as the moon god. Right? So at first, Thoth was regarded as the moon god. Right? And from this lunar association arose many of his most distinct functions, just as the moon is illuminated by the sun, right? Keep that in mind. So Thoth derived much of his authority from being the secretary and the counselor of the solar divinity, all right? Read the moon, ruler of the stars, distinguishes seasons, months, and years. And so Thoth became the Lord and multiplier of time, right? Lord and multiplier of time, right? And the regulator of individual destinies. Damn, that sounds familiar right there, don't it? That sounds familiar, right? How many of y'all knew that about Thoth? How many of y'all knew Thoth in a primitive period was known as the moon god? How many of y'all knew that he was the Lord and the multiplier of time? You said Quetzalcoatl was Thoth. Now that I didn't know, but it checks. Same thing for Kublai Khan. I appreciate that. Third time's a charm. All right. Peep game. Because this is a recap real quick. Because I got some new gems that I want to fit in here real quick for everybody. So this is just a recap for those who missed it. So we hitting highlighted parts. All right. That's why I tell y'all get the book, read it. So now listen closely because you heard all of this before, right? Everything I'm about to read to you about Thoth in this one book, you heard all of this before. So just let it jog your memory for a second, right? So now, an esoteric wisdom was his special preserve, right? Esoteric wisdom was his special preserve. I'm going to show y'all a document here in a second. And he was called the mysterious and the unknown, right? Mysterious and unknown. A lot of people say God work in mysterious ways now, don't he? Okay. God, you know what I'm saying? So he is called the mysterious and unknown. His magical powers made him a doctor too, who gave you medicine, right? Alchemy. If he gave you alchemy, he gave you medicine and holistic healing, right? So it made him a doctor too, right? Shout out to hoodoo. Right? For those who don't know, hoodoo comes from hermetics, which comes from Thoth. We'll get into that. All right. And when the body finally succumbed to mortality, Thoth when the body finally succumbed to mortality, Thoth conducted the dead man to the kingdom of the gods and participated in the judgment of his soul. But it was at Hermopolis Magna, the main centaur of his cult or culture, that Thoth attained the pinnacle of his glory. Indeed, he is distinctively Hermopolitan. Character was recognized throughout Egypt, ancient Egypt, America. So somewhere in America, there's a Hermopolis or Hermotropolitan. You got to find the oldest city in America, and you'll find Hermopolis, right? Because Hermopolis is the oldest place on earth. So whatever the oldest place in America on earth is, you'll find Hermopolis. That's a little gem for y'all to do in y'all off time. I'm going to leave that for y'all, you feel me? So now, so it was that Thoth acquired a leading role in the drama of creation itself as a demiurge. You said what? Thoth acquired a leading role in the drama of creation itself as a demiurge or demigod, who called things into being merely by sound of his voice. You heard that somewhere. You heard that somewhere. What you mean I heard that somewhere, Los? Calling, right? Creation. Calling things into being with sound, right? What I mean is, in your Bible, in Genesis, it sounds like this. In the beginning was the word, sound. In the beginning was the word, sound. Thoth. In the beginning was Thoth, sound. Thoth, sound. In the beginning was the word, and the word was with God. Thoth. And he was creating earth using sound, frequency, voices. Huh? Cushion coffee in the morning. Who is your creator? Don't take demiurge as a bad thing, even though it can be. But demiurge also just means a demigod, meaning half man, half God. You are a demigod or demiurge. Now, the funny thing about it is that a demiurge and a demigod is either half man, half God, or 3/5 God. Inside of a constitution, they call us 3/5 human, Black Americans. Let me say that again. A demiurge is also a demigod. A demigod is either half man or half God, or 3/5 God. And somewhere in the Constitution, somewhere they say that Black Americans is like 3/5 human. I mean, we are the indigenous Americans, you know, in America, in Egypt, in America, you know, Americans, Atlanteans, you know what I'm saying, right? Question. Why is it why are Black Americans more attracted to Egyptian stuff than Africans? Y'all ever wonder that? Y'all ever wonder why Black Americans is more attracted to Egyptian stuff than actual Africans? We be the main ones talking about, man. I appreciate that. We be the main ones talking about those white Arabs ain't the Egyptians. We be out here exposing all that white. Hey, y'all niggas pretending to be Egyptians. Y'all ain't the real people. We be loud with it. The Africans don't even be saying shit. It's like the Africans don't even give a fuck, and they right there, nigga. You know, white Egyptians all over that motherfucker. Africans like, the right African to be like, those are the Africans. Those are the Egyptians. You be looking at them niggas like, what? Peep gang. They don't give a fuck about Egypt for real. We be the main ones. Why is it that you so attracted to Egyptian shit? Right? Why are you so attracted to Egyptian shit? Let me show you something. Let me show y'all something. If Egypt, right? If Egypt is not in America, then how do you explain this in Mexico? And you can go to Mexico and see this shit for yourself. Like, you can go to the Aztec pyramid and see the Ankh right there. Right? That shit is not even hidden. If Egypt, or what we call Egypt, or Kemet, or whatever y'all want to call it, or however you understand it, if it's not in America, then how you explain an Ankh next to a pyramid? And the Ankh is the eternal life keys that Thoth always carries in his hands, that he got from his mother Maya. For those who don't know, this eternal life key came from Maya. Maya gave it to her son, Thoth. Thoth always carries it with him. You said with me having a tattoo? Of course. Black Americans is pretty much the only ones with the Ankh tattoo. Africans don't get tattoos. That's not their culture. And that's another crazy thing too, is that in all history, all these history books we talk about, whether we talk about indigenous Indians or Egyptians or the original Irish or Moors or Sephardics, just pay attention to the culture and shit that they used to do, because you still do it, right? The tattoos, we all tatted up. Right? Grills, right? Necklaces and shit, rings, music, dance, inventions, architecture, pyramid building. Like, we same people, same shit. We still do the same thing. We still smoking bud. They was smoking bud back then. Speaking of bud, bud is short for Buddha. Hey, appreciate that, OG Triad. Real shit. I'm about to put y'all up on some Ebonics real quick, right? Because a lot of us know we speak Ebonics, but I'm not sure y'all know how deep ancestral the Ebonics is, right? Ebonically speaking, bud is short for Buddha. When you be smoking bud, you be smoking Buddha. In Sanskritly, you be smoking ganja. Yes, ganja is a Sanskrit word, and it means the same thing that we use it for ebonically. Bud, which is Buddha. Man, look, man, them damn epigenetics is firing off, boy, because I don't know if y'all know, but them solar flares is strong right now. Solar flares is strong. So that's why it's called Higher Learning Book Club. Roll it if you got it. Cushion coffee in the morning, right? Buddha. Get that enlightenment. That Thoth. We smoking on that Thoth. You feel me? You smoking on that Thoth. That Sophia's lettuce. That lettuce from Maya. Shout out to Gaia. You dig what I'm saying? But anyways, if Egypt is not in America, how do you explain this shit? I showed natives this shit. They tweak out on me in the past. When I used to go hard with teaching Egypt in America, and only reason why I'm going hard now is because I don't really like the narrative that's been floating around on TikTok, because niggas is teaching that shit all wrong. Matter of fact, I'm not here to spoil anybody's content creating, get your coins, but get that shit the right way if you coming into the conscious community, right? Don't be lying to motherfuckers, right? There's a lot of pseudo content creators out here who's twisting real history for their narrative. And they doing it for the coins. They doing it to be the next Dane Calloway on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just being their damn selves. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of these niggas. This is why a lot of y'all be thinking Murs and Moors are two different people, because of some pseudo ass content creator on this app that nobody can pinpoint who told them this shit. Told y'all that Murs and Moors were two different people, and they lying. Murs, Moors, Moros, Maury, Mauritanians, all the same goddamn people. Take that back to whoever told you Murs and Moors are two different people. Tell them to come holler at me in the morning times or the afternoons, and we can discuss this. But there's a lot of pseudo niggas on this app that's lying to y'all. And the reason why I'm saying that is because there's a lot of people that take that information, go out here and try to goddamn debate Pan-Africans, and they get their ass whooped. and they make us look bad. Or it's a lot of people that go out here and spread that bullshit that they just learned from somebody else, and it comes back and make us look like extremists and crazy motherfuckers, right? When all people got to do is just read the fucking book and stick to the book, G. You ain't got to come up with no crazy shit, right? You ain't got to the mothership coming down, Nubaru coming to get us, and Anunnaki. You ain't got to do all that. You feel me? You ain't got to, oh, the Indians only ate vegetables, my brother, and meditate. Like, you ain't got to do all that crazy shit. Like, bro, just stick to what you know. And if you don't know, read until you know. And then come back on live and teach some shit, right? But, yeah, man. But anyway, you get back to this book that a lot of people don't be showing y'all. And as y'all in the audience watching these content creators too, ask them to show you this shit. I swear to you, if a nigga been on the camera talking to you more than they been showing you some shit, y'all flood the comments. Can you show us the source? Show us, give us the book. Ask this nigga or these niggas. If they can't show you nothing and break that shit down, you need to leave that live and find somebody who can break it down for you. I'm just keeping it real, right? Because you got to protect your consciousness at all times. While you on this path of regaining your consciousness, don't get hijacked by some of these pseudo niggas. Anyway, you get back to it though, right? So Thoth is diverse, right? He is diverse. He is known as the demiurge, right? The creation itself as a demiurge who called things into being merely by sound. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, is what they told you in Genesis, right? It's dropped down, right? It's dropped down, right? So the 2nd century BC Jewish romancer Artapanus, for instance, wrote an account of the life of Moses, in which he assimilated his hero to Hermes or Thoth. So he's telling you that in some biblical context, Moses, hey, appreciate that, Coco. Appreciate that, fam. So he's telling you in some biblical contexts that Moses and Thoth are the same people too. Right? In some type of way, right? So that's what he's saying right here. So Moses, in which he assimilated as his hero to Hermes or Thoth, making him responsible for introducing the Egyptians to ships, machines, weapons, philosophy. Now, I mean, when you say it like that, I can see how Moses will be Thoth in disguise, right? Because Thoth brought inventions and wisdoms and ships and machineries and weapons. Thoth brought that with his wisdom coming from the great Atlantis, which is America. And Moses' name is Moshe. Moshe is a South American Indian tribe who descends from the Mayans. Moshe Indians, Moshe translates into Moses. But the crazy thing is right. The crazy thing is that Moses is also a Chaldean. Chaldeans are original Ireland people, or what you know as original Ireland people. Side gem: Ireland was actually part of America or India Superior before they separated. So it ain't really far-fetched that Black Americans got a lot of Irish ancestors or Ireland cousins or Scottish cousins, right? Especially when you go that far back to understand that Ireland was once part of India Superior, you know, before they started changing the map and create some crazy shit. Appreciate the gifts. Appreciate that, Luke. Appreciate that. Right? So listen. So this is why I always say ancient times is not the same as today's times, because today's times, everything been rewritten. All right, but let's peep game though. So they said that Moses and Thoth might be the same people because of the inventions, the wisdoms, the machinery, the philosophy for dividing the country up into names, each with its own divine patron, for inventing the hieroglyphs, and for assigning lands of their own to the priest. And the Greek settlers identified Thoth with their god Hermes. Hermes and Thoth are the same. Like Thoth, the classical Greek Hermes was associated with the moon, medicine, and the realm of the dead. Could they also be Anubis? Because Anubis is also the god of the dead, right? Peep game. Right? He said bleach, bathe, and then told in reverse, man. Now facts. So Thoth, right? He is also known as the invasiveness and trickery. Right? Trickery. Right? Black Americans love a good joke. Okay, it's all good. Because trickery don't have to always be good or bad. You can use tricks to get you up out of a jam. So it all depends, right? Remember what I told you, you are made in the image and likeness of your creator. So when they say he also the, God of trickery, don't think no bad shit, because a lot of y'all in this live done played tricks on niggas. It's 237 people. Y'all done played tricks. Ladies, y'all been out in the club and been out and about. A nigga tried to hit on you. You wasn't feeling his vibe. You tricked that nigga. Can I get your number? Yeah, you gave him a Pizza Hut number one time. That was a trick. Dude asked for your name, gave him the wrong name, wrong number. You tricked the nigga. All right, you the image of your God. All right, fellas, you done did the same thing. If you done lived the hood life, you driving, the police done whipped you over, you done gave them a wrong name. The wrong name. What that one time giving them that wrong name and got you out of a jam, you done tricked the police, nigga. Our people is always pulling tricks, nigga. I'm gonna keep it real. I ain't gonna sit here and sugarcoat it. Nigga be trying to trick the government sometimes. They need a little food stamp. A little welfare. They be trying to trick that nigga a little bit. You feel me? Apartment complexes are 3 times the rent, man. Let me fix this goddamn paycheck stuff. Come on. Y'all know what we be doing. Stop playing, right? You are made in the image and likeness of your God. And he like tricks. And so do you. So do you. Especially if you got siblings. You can play tricks on your siblings all day long. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. You were made in the image and likeness of your God, right? And both function as messenger of gods, which in Hermes' case prepared him as well for his characteristic function in the Hellenistic period as logos or word. Logos means word. Who else is known as the logos? Christ, Christos, or you call him Jesus. I know him as Jesus, also known as the logos or the word, right? In the beginning was the word, and the word was with God. The interpreter of the divine will to mankind, right? This Hellenistic Hermes, logos, was a thoroughly cosmopolitan divinity. The Lycans, who were sufficiently unhellenized to have retained their native tongue, had no difficulty in recognizing the Apostle Paul as Hermes, right? The Apostle Paul in your Bible, Hermes, Thoth, come down to earth because he was the chief speaker, right? The Soltics assigned Hermes a still more central role in their theology, magnifying his functions from the merely expressive to the creative and regarding him as both logos and demiurge. It may even been that this development owed something to the Egyptian understanding of Thoth as creator. Creator. Thoth. Am I saying that some people unknowingly is talking about Thoth when they be speaking of the creator? Yes. That's what I'm saying. Am I saying are they wrong? I'm not here to say what's wrong or right. I just know that Thoth has a mother. His mother has a mother. And he also have grandparents and everything. So there's higher beings above Thoth, right? But remember, demiurge, right? He wanted to create his own realm, his own world, right? He wanted to create a matrix, right? But the matrix he wanted to create got hijacked. Real shit, right? So when he created the Garden of Eden, right? He wanted a paradise, right? No stress, no nothing, just chilling. You did. But it got hijacked. So when you talk about the Garden of Eden, this is where you get 2 deities. But a lot of people don't know, right? So in the garden, the snake is actually Thoth. Okay? is actually Thoth, wisdom. Now, the other demiurge who is hijacking what Thoth made, right? Because when the matrix that Thoth made got hijacked, it made Thoth come down as a serpent to tell his creations that, hey, it's a nigga pretending to be me who's lying to y'all, right? Eat this, get your consciousness, and understand good, right, and woo. So this is where he came down to give them the divine wisdom, because he was warning them, right? Because one thing that's always prevalent in stories is twins, right? So yes, Thoth has a twin. Lucifer has a twin, right? Remember, Lucifer and Thoth, the same people, right? Twins, right? He has a twin, right? You know these twins in Egyptian history as Set and what's his other brother? They got in a fight and shit like that. Brothers, twins, all right? So Thoth's twin or his brother, right? You get it with Jacob and Esau and right? So Thoth's twin is the other demiurge that hijacked his brother's matrix to create this prison matrix that we in right now. Thoth is the one that's bringing the enlightenment to cause the awakening for us to wake up to realize, right? Because ain't nothing new in the sun, right? Coming back to the garden to wake the children up once again, right? He's coming back, hey man, y'all know that some fuck shit going on. Wake up, nigga. Here go the divine wisdom. Wake up. So this is why it's called the age of awakening, right? Because awakening comes from Thoth, right? Because awakening, wisdom, knowledge, enlightenment, Thoth. You dig what I'm saying? So we're going to get into the whole twin thing a little bit later, because that twin message is very, very symbolic, and it plays a very part of understanding a lot of shit, right? So that twin thing, that shit get deep, right? We're going to learn about superfecundation twins. You know what I'm saying? For those who don't know what a superfecundation twin is, a superfecundation twin is when a woman gets impregnated by two different men, and the baby, and she can have twins by two different men. So you can have twins with two different fathers. It's called superfecundation twins, and that happens a lot in biblical and history and ancient times as well too. It's some crazy shit, right? And it gets deep. It gets deep. Yep. So Cain. So now you know that Cain and Abel, yeah, they're twins, but they don't have the same father. Exactly, Lou. Yeah. Cain and Abel, they're twins, but they don't have the same father, but they got the same mother. Cain, his father is of the serpent, Thoth, right? Remember, anytime they demonize history, think the other way. You feel me? Because even when it comes to Jacob and Esau's story, a lot of people don't know is that Jacob stole Esau's birthright. That's literally the story. And I don't know if people half-ass reading the Bible or scripture or whatever, but if you really reread it, Jacob actually stole Esau's birthright. And Esau been trying to get his birthright back from Jacob the whole time. Esau is known as red and ruddy and copper. Jacob is known as black. Let that marinate for a second. Okay? And remember, when they rewrote the Bible, understand who rewrote the Bible, because they got y'all thinking certain people is Canaanites, and they not even Canaanites. They actually Shamites. They rewrote this shit, right? So when you rewrite it, the main people who the story is about, you kind of got to demonize them and make them ugly. So that's why they was like, yeah, and Esau came out red and ruddy and hairy and ugly, right? But in reality, though, Esau is copper colored, the original man of the earth. You dig what I'm saying? Like really think about it. Now, I'm not trying to get you to think or change your beliefs or anything, but I'm just saying, like, just really just start thinking about some shit. You know what I'm saying? And understand the gray areas of these stories, right? And understand that most of the stuff that you know is because of what they told you. Anything that they told you, you gotta take that shit with a grain of salt and do your own research. So yeah, so Cain and Abel are superfecundation twins. Cain's father is of the serpent, And we know that the serpent is the Naga, Thoth, wisdom, divine wisdom, and shit like that. The serpent ain't bad in these times of ancientness, right? Moses also of the serpent lineage, hence why his staff turned into a Naga, right? Peep game. This shit get deep. It get shit deep, but we gonna get there. We gonna get there. We still got time on this live. You know what I'm saying? I ain't about to wrap it up no time soon. We only been on for 2 hours. I'm helping my folks who at work get through their job. You know what I'm saying? If y'all at work, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. You said, who is Esau? Esau is not the white man. I can tell y'all that. I wish people would stop saying Esau is the white man, because nowhere in the scripture do it say Esau is a white man. The so-called white men are East Europeans and Japhet, Magog, and Gomer. That ain't got nothing to do with Esau. Esau is still a Shamite. You know what I'm saying? Like Esau is still a Shamite, right? Jacob and Esau, they twins. So Jacob is a Shamite, so is Esau, right? They twins. So Esau is still a Shamite. You know what I'm saying? It's just that, you know, him and Jacob ain't really, you know, niggas ain't really close like that. You know, you swindled me up out my birthright, nigga. I thought we was brothers. I could have shared this shit with you. You know, you swindled me up out my birthright. But think about who swindled you up out your birthright, though. Are you really Jacob? If Jacob was doing the swindling, are you really Jacob, copper-colored American Indian? Who swindled you up out your birthright? Gotta be your twin. Different daddies, same mama. Who is your twin? Think about it. It's a lot of people that look like you who ain't you. And you definitely have half siblings out here. Exactly, 2 nations in her womb. Now you got to find out your other nation that you're related to. Once you find out your other nation that you're related to, you'll find out who is really the black nobility who's pulling the strings in America. Because they're your brothers of different fathers. Real shit. Once you find out who the other nation that American Indians is related to, you'll find your brothers. Because that's key. So those black, yeah, are they really pale people, human from Africans? Oh, he said, so those who? Oh, I'm not understanding your question, troll. You said the Edomites are the Saudi Arabians. Now who are the original Saudi Arabians, niggas? You find out who the original Saudi Arabians, you'll find out, because Edomites and Esau, copper color red, right? So the original Arabs are Moors who occupied Saudi Arabia, right? The real masters of Thebes, right? So Esau, Edomite, Ishmaelites, boom. Now, who is Jacob? Who is the nation of Jacob? Because Jacob is out here stealing birthrights. Once you find out who Jacob is in his nation, you'll start to understand it a little bit more. But that's just biblically and allegorically speaking, though. Right? What's happening? Asaru Beats. You said Esau's a mythical creature? No shit, right? We're talking about esotericness and we're connecting dots. Obviously, you don't know that, but I'm gonna go ahead and escort you to the other side of the live, right? This is above your mental capacity. You need 5th grade level, right? We in college classes over here, fam. All right, but we're gonna go ahead and escort you over there though, and we're gonna get back to that book. All right. So, all I'm gonna say is understand that Iroquois Indians and Algonquin Indians, even though that we are Indians, we are traditional enemies. For those who don't know, Iroquois and Algonquin are traditional enemies. That means that we've been beefing for generations. It's a family beef between them two, right? Some nations inside of this nation get along, but for the most part, it's like some Romeo Juliet type shit, right? So, Jacob, Esau, Jacob, find out who the Iroquois is. The reason why I say that is because a lot of Iroquois nations sided with the Siberians and a lot of like the bad colonizers that was coming over here, right? The Catholics and them. Real shit. But we'll get into that Indian history a little bit later, though. So, Thoth, Demiurge. Man, let's get into this book right here called The Internal Hermes. Right, get y'all screenshots if y'all can. This book is called The Internal Hermes. Remember, we still in America. We still in ancient Egypt. We talking about an American god here. Right? Okay. We breaking down how this American god is all around the world. And how he is multiple incarnations, right? He's a god that go by many gods, just like you go by many names. Black Americans or American Indians. You go by many names. I'm telling you, you are made in the image and likeness of your creator. Thoth got many names. You got many names too, right? What do I mean by that? Your daddy call you something different than your mama. Your mama call you something different than your granny. Your granny call you something than your grandpa. Your grandpa call you something different than your auntie. Your auntie call you something different from your cousins. Your cousins don't call you what your childhood friends call you. Your childhood friends don't call you what your new friends call you in your adult life. And your adult life probably just get your real name or some shit like that. Like, y'all ain't really that close like that. You know what I'm saying? Or they might create a new name for you type shit, right? And you got a name for your damn self. You got about 8, 9 different names, right? So you go by many names, just like your creator go by many names. And they made a whole movie called X-Men Apocalypse about Thoth. Real talk. Now it makes you want to go back and watch X-Men Apocalypse. But yeah, X-Men Apocalypse was Thoth, right? In the beginning of the movie, the sun is what woke him up, right? Children of the sun, right? The sun woke him up, right? Remember Thoth, the sun, Thoth woke him up. He rose, got the unk on his stomach, blue than the motherfucker, melanin, right? The first original mutant, you know, remember they made X-Men off of us, right? So mutant, right? And all the other mutants, he was like, what's going on? He touched the TV. He had a quick flash of all the fucked up shit going on in the world, all the WARs, the BOMBs, just destruction, famine, just some fucked up shit. And he was like, nah, nigga, this shit wasn't supposed to be like this. I gotta restart this shit over. Or reset, right? All right. And then the little mutants asked him, who are you? And he was like, I go by many names. Y'all call me the Buddha, the Krishna, Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? Like he started going by all the names that he was called, right? Thoth. X-Men Apocalypse, Thoth. Right there in your face. So they have always told you. Right? They have always told you. It's the fact that you don't remember what they telling you. Because we all been MK Ultra. Way back in 1920s. Matter of fact, probably about 1940s when they first start putting the TV inside everybody's house, which is nothing but a MK Ultra box. All right. So it's Thoth also Yahweh or Yahshua? Well, anciently, I gotta say this because modern and ancient is two different periods, right? Anciently, yes, he's the same person because the Father and the Son are the same people, right? So yes, he would be. Modern times, the modern so-called Yahweh that people think they're praying to is actually Baal or Beelzebub, right? When they Hellenized and corrupted religion and gave it back to you, they put their pagan deity or their god in the place of your original god. So what was once Thoth is now Baal or Beelzebub or Moloch You know what I'm saying? All that shit like that. And a lot of people don't understand it because they took the names out and then they just say God. Right? They took all the names out of the original text and then they gave the book back to you and just say God. God this, God that, God, and people don't know nothing. They just say God. You can ask anybody, the average person tell you, hey, who do you believe in? God. God is a title. Right? No, like who? What's your God's name? And they'll be like, God. God is his name. What the fuck is this nigga talking about? Nigga, God is his name. Nigga, you silly? And you just be looking at them like, that's a damn title. They don't even know who they worshiping. Literally, they don't know at all. They don't know who they saying their prayers to. They just say God. It's 15,000 different gods, nigga. Some of you the wrong one gonna answer your ass. You gotta be specific. Because the power of the tongue means you got to be specific. You got to be mindful. You got to have the intentions of what you speak. You can't just be out here be wilding and shit. You be praying to God for $1 million and the devil be, you want to sign this contract, nigga? I heard your prayers. You be like, I ain't pray for you. Yeah, you did, nigga. You said God. Here I am. What's up, nigga? Sign this contract. You want to be rich, nigga? 360 deal. Sign this shit. You got to do some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? You better be careful who you be praying to out here for real. You know what I'm saying? For real, all these celebrities be on the BT Awards, I thank God. Nobody has ever thought like, nigga, what God you thinking? You know what I'm saying? Everybody just be, they believe what I believe. Jesus like that. And nigga ain't say I thank Jesus or God or Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. He ain't put a name on there. He ain't say thought, nigga. He said God. This God might not be your God. And you just, he's a good brother. Yeah, see, he believes in God. Nigga, the fuck? Even the devil is called a god. God's good and bad, G. Yeah, but folks ain't, thank your pastors for that. Your sellout ass pastors for half-ass teaching you the Bible. Even though that they 33rd degree Masons, most of them, you can blame your pastors. These half-ass pastors been teaching niggas Mark, Luke, John, Matthew for 60 years. Real shit. Go ask your grandmama how long she been in the church. Baby, I've been in the church I grew up in for 50 years, baby. How long this nigga been talking about Matthew, Luke, and John? Ever since I was a baby. So this nigga ain't talking about Job. He ain't talking about Genesis, no Revelations. You know what I'm saying? He ain't tell y'all about Eleazar, crucifixion. Just Mark, Luke, John. Mark, Luke, John. John, Luke, Mark. He'll flip it up and throw Mark in the beginning and, you know what I'm saying? And pass the collection plate. He gonna make sure to tell y'all that shit twice. Pass the collection plate, brother. Yeah, cue up the music. You need the music to hypnotize everybody, right? Man, that shit a whole MK Ultra box. And niggas don't even know it, right? They cue the music, right? The frequency to get you in a trance. Cue the music. Make you feel good, yeah. Pass the collection church. Yeah, pass niggas just dropping shit in that motherfucker. He over there like, yeah. Hey, we gonna ball out that weekend. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, pass that collection plate. All right. And God said, nigga, what God said that? You know what I'm saying? What God you trying to get us to pray to, G? I go in the church, nigga. I get hot, nigga. Why it's so hot in here, bro? I heard shit. Why it's so hot? It's because you the devil. Nah, nigga, you the devil, nigga. It's hot. Nigga, the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, just be careful. And that's just some of these black churches. You don't want to go into these white churches. White churches make it seem like you walked into hell for real. As soon as you walk in, there's niggas with hoods and robes and shit. They start playing the fucking organ, sound like Damien music and shit. You be like, nah, let me get the fuck up out of here, buddy. Niggas trying to string me up on the tree. Nigga, Damien about to come out that bitch any moment, G. So that's the difference between ancient religion and modern shit. Modern shit, nigga, you feel evil. You feel like, nah, bro, this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference. Ancient was more esoteric agnosticism, spirituality, herbs. You know what I'm saying? What people call witchcraft or magic. That's what, hermetics and stuff like that, right? And that's what ancient Christianity, Judaism, and all that shit was. So You gotta be specific, man. You got to know. That's what a Gnostics mean. Gnosticism means knowledge, means knowing. Right? When it comes to a Gnosticism, there is no belief. Ain't nothing wrong with having beliefs and faith, right? You need that too, but don't be foolish with it, is what I'm saying. Don't be foolish, right? If I take you to the ocean and you think that water is blue and I scoop it up and show you that water is clear and that light is playing with your fucking your ocular perceptions, and that's just an illusion, and I scoop the water and show you it's clear and that blue, and you still believe in it's blue because you have faith, then you got misguided faith, because I done already told you something so you can know something. You dig? Let's get into this book called The Internal Hermes, From Greek God to Alchemical Magus, right? And this is going to be a quick one. I just want to show y'all this one page. Because what was ancient Christianity is what everybody should be asking. Before the Christian Crusades, before the Holy Roman Empire, East European, small hats, Chasars, before all these Byzantine motherfuckers took over and hijacked your shit, what was the original Christianity? Because we know that original Christianity, they said, kind of came from Egypt, ancient Egypt, and ancient Egypt is in America. And Thoth is an American god. So ancient Christianity was already existing in America a long time ago. Right? Leaving aside the last element, we can see certain consistent traits emerging from the medieval imagery. First, there is the allegorical meaning of Mercury as sermo, or speech, or ratio, meaning reason, frequently alluded to by the compellers and the lexicographers up to the Renaissance. This allowed Mercury, who is Thoth, to enter Christendom through the back door as the god, the giant, the god of eloquence. There is nothing surprising in this if one remembers that primitive and even medieval Christianity was willingly to see in Greek mythology a pro-product to the true revealed religion, and search these tales of antiquity in the hope of uncovering prophecies pointing to the Gospels. Now, when they say that the real religion was revealed, that is Hermetics. All right, that is Hermetics. When they say the real religion was revealed, they talking about Hermetics, Hermeticus. They talk spirituality is what you call it today. Okay, so from the very first centuries, Hermes logos, remember logos means word, right? Hermes logos was compared to Christus logos, right? Christ logos, right? They're the same people, right? Possibly influenced by Origen, Hermes was seen as god of flocks, or the good shepherd. Now, who is the good shepherd in Christianity? Hermes was seen as the god of flocks, a good shepherd, as one can see from primitive Christianity representation, where he appears in the form of Hermes Christoforos. Hermes Christ, because Christoforos means Christ, Christos, logos, the word. In primitive ancient Christianity, Thoth is Christ, carrying a ram or an sheep. Thoth is in ancient Christianity, because Thoth is Hermes, right? So we see that it Jesus, right? Well, in ancient Christianity, it was Thoth or Hermes. This is you can screenshot this. This is a ancient painting of Hermes Christoforos, or Thoth Christoforos. Melanated man, afro, ram on his shoulders. Modern Christianity took this and put a blonde-haired, blue-eyed man with a lamb on his shoulders. And that's what I mean by corrupting your original religion. Because believe it or not, imagery says more than words. Imagery says more than words, right? Because they always told you that paintings is worth 1,000,000 words, and we know words are spells. So a simple change of the image is a spell that is worth 1,000,000 words. You can brainwash people through images before you can brainwash them through speech. So the corruption is in the image itself. A lot of times the story stays the same, but the image is changed. And yes, it does matter, right? When a lot of people are like, what does it matter about the skin complexion? It matters. Let me take your let me take your white grandmama and change and black wash her and see how mad you get. Let me take a picture of your grandmama and make her black. And then be like, this is your grandmama. And let me see and watch how mad you get. And then come back and tell me if the image matters or not. You know what I'm saying? Then come back and tell me how the image, changing images matter or not. Right? Exactly. The multiverse speaks in symbols. Right? Signs are for the conscious minds. If you can read the signs, you can read what they're not saying. Right? So this is Hermes. Thoth. A lot of people never seen Thoth in his human form or in his giant form, right? Because in these times, when we talk about these so-called gods, demigods, demiurges, gods, lowercase g, they are actually the giants that people are speaking of that once inhabited America or Earth. These was the giants. And they also showed you inside the movie called The Gods of Egypt, right? On Netflix. They even showed you there that, the gods were giants, right? So we're talking about giant Negroes, y'all. In layman's terms, we're talking about giant Negroes. Right? We're talking about giant Negroes. We talking about real Egyptians. We ain't talking about them white Arabs pretending to be Egyptians. When the last time you seen a 6-foot Arab? Hey, appreciate that, Coco. Real shit. When the last time y'all seen an Arab over 6 foot? I go to the store every day and get some Rellos and get some papers and blacks and shit. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas is. I'm 6'2.5", 6'3" on a good day. I have never ran into one that's taller than me or tall as me. All right. These folks finding giant American Indians in mounds. When the last time y'all seen a Mexican over 6 feet? And I ain't talking about the ones that's mixed with us. I'm talking about Jesus and them. When the last time you seen one that's over 6 feet? Don't get me talking shit, because I was just in line with one yesterday at the gas station. I'm looking at the nigga like this at the checkout line. Come on, hurry up, Jesus, nigga, shit. All this goddamn Modelo, nigga. I'm just trying to get some gas. Hurry up. You know what I'm saying? Like, real shit. Come on, bro, hurry up. He pays, he walks. I'm looking at him. Yeah, goddamn. Nigga. How you doing? Like, come on, bro. What is we talking about here? Right? Like, what is you talking about? All the giant Indians that they found in America, they found with 6 fingers or 6 toes. Extra pinkies and the extra toes is a prevalent birth defect in Black Americans. In order to get a genetic birth defect, it had to come from your ancestors, and your ancestors just so happen to be giants. Think about it. Be gang. Right? Let's go to Isis, a master key, mysteries of ancient and modern science and theology. This book was published in 1877. All right. This book was published in 1877. Okay. Now, I'm going to read one page from this. What is in this page? We still talking about Christ and Christos, right? Let's drop at the bottom. A strange veneration in which the Ophirites held the serpent, which represented Christos. Which represented Christos in ancient times? The serpent. The serpent represented Christos. So when you talk about the Garden of Eden, and the serpent was giving wisdom and knowledge of good and evil, that would be what you called Christos, Christ consciousness. All right? You have two nieces named Isis. My daughter named Isis. Yeah, my daughter named Isis. You ain't gonna find no African named Isis, I'll tell you that. More correlations of us being connected to ancient Egypt shit. You ain't gonna find no African named Isis, trust me. I done met a lot of them in America since 1999. I ain't met now one of them niggas named Isis. So, but yeah, though. So they said that the serpent represented Christos, Christ. So who was there really inside the Garden of Eden? Waking Adam and Eve, or Adam and evolution, up to the false god that was trying to keep them ignorant. All right. So a strange veneration in which the Ophirites held the serpent, which represented Christ or Christos, may become less perplexing if the students would but remember that at all ages, the serpent was the symbol of divine wisdom. In all ages, the serpent was always a symbol of divine wisdom. That don't sound evil to me. Do that sound like the devil to y'all? Y'all let me know in the comments while I go ahead and twist me up around here. You know what I'm saying? Around here, Normandy and West. You feel me? That don't sound evil to me. The serpent being the symbol of divine wisdom. How is that the devil? Right. So the woman used her instincts to wake up the man. You can say that. Or man and woman tapped into their divine feminine energy and start waking up. Because inside this age of awakening, it's going to awaken all of our divine feminine energy, man and women. Because, you know, we all carry both energies. Right. So in this age of awakening, all of our divine feminine energy, which is divine wisdom, will start waking up. But yes, you can say that. Women have a lot of power. Women can wake up a lot of men overnight. All y'all got to do is tell these niggas. Nah, real shit. Go out here and tell these niggas, we boycotting. All the men gonna be like, what y'all talking about? Y'all ain't getting no more vajayjay until y'all niggas start reading 10 books about our history. Y'all ain't getting no vajayjay until y'all start doing y'all genealogy, nigga. Watch how fast niggas do their genealogy. Niggas will have that shit by tomorrow. Niggas be up all night. What you think I'm playing, nigga? You know what I'm telling you, nigga? Baby, look, I done made it back to the 1500s. You damn. You know what I'm saying? Other nigga, look, babe, I found this book. Nigga start teaching you about Thoth and Yaldabaoth and shit. You be like, you read this shit? I read 20 of these motherfuckers. This nigga hyped up off coffee and shit. Nigga done took a molly, this nigga up. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. If you want to wake the hood up, man, like real shit. But like I said, we were made in the image and likeness of our creator. That would be tricking people into waking up. Now, ain't like I said, ain't nothing wrong with tricks as long as it's a good trick for the greater cause. Trick motherfuckers into waking up. Watch how fast nigga wake up. I swear to you. Men, y'all can do the same thing. Cause I ain't gonna sit here and just blame it on me and like, it's some bird brain women out here, right? Fellas. I ain't buying you another purse until you read 5 books, shawty. Watch how fast she do that. Are you ever gonna marry me? Baby, I will get down on my knees and I'll put the fattest diamond on your ring. You gotta do your genealogy first. Watch how fast she do her genealogy. This nigga think I'm playing. She'll come back. Baby, I did 1400s. Where my ring at, nigga? Goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, one thing I learned on this journey of being a teacher, if you make this shit fun, people will learn. Real shit. If you make learning fun, people will learn. So this is why I try to make my lives fun, throw some jokes in there and shit like that, because you make it fun, interesting, and entertaining, people will tune in. People will watch. People will learn. Even the trolls accidentally wake up when they come into my lives. For real. A lot of people tell you, I done made a lot of trolls wake up just for them niggas trolling in my life too long. And I told you by the end of my life, you gonna wake up or you gonna start questioning shit. Them niggas being here trolling for 4 hours. By the end of the line, they'll come back. I ain't saying y'all right, but some shit makes sense. I'm like, oh, okay, sit your ass down in this line, learn some more real quick. You feel me? So it's all good, man. But for real, hey, shit, I want everybody to goddamn wake up, honestly. But this shit for my people first, though. I gotta wake my people up first before I can worry about anybody else. You know what I'm saying? I gotta worry about my people first before I can worry about anybody else. Yeah, man, I want everybody to wake up. I want everybody to wake up because they lying to white people too. Right? But that ain't in my position to wake up white people because I'm not white. But they're lying to white people too. Like your average, regular Joe Smo ass nigga, they lying to them niggas too. They lying to them worse than they lying to us. In order to create a false sense of supremacy, you gotta lie hella a lot about history. And one thing that white Americans don't know is their ancestors erased their own history. Before they erased anybody's history, they erased their own history, or at least hid it from their own kids in future generations, right? So they being lied to the fucking most. And it ain't far-fetched. A lot of these white kids be tripping out. You lied to me, mom. You know what I'm saying? Mom be tripping out. Screw you, dad. I don't even know who you guys are anymore. Yeah, right? Motherfuckers are like, nigga, that shit ain't far-fetched. Them niggas being lied to. They always being lied to. By their goddamn parents. The most. Native Americans too. Which is the bad part, exactly. That's the worst part of all this shit. Yeah, they be passe blanc thinking that they white and shit the whole time. Nigga be adopted, right, Swarthy? Nigga be an adopted passe blanc into a white family and he found out that he was adopted and shit. You guys are not my real parents? No, you're really black, Johnny. What the fuck? They be ready to blow it all. You feel me? That's why nigga be crashing out so hard when they be finding out motherfucking parents done lied to them because it be some deep shit. It ain't no surface level shit like our parents using our social to get Aaron's furniture. They shit be deep. Your auntie really your mama, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Be shit like your sister ain't really your sister. That shit be crazy deep, G. And they be flashing out over there in them families. But yeah, but they being lied to too though. They being lied to worse than us, honestly. If I'm gonna keep it real, they being lied to worse than us. That's why they got this false sense of superiority because of them being lied to. Yeah, it's even called a white lie. That shit ain't even called a black lie. That shit called a white lie. I just told a white lie. Man, your granddaddy really your daddy, but it's really your uncle. But at the same time, is your brother. You're like, what? What I'm saying is that you were made out of incest, Johnny. You know what I'm saying? Little Johnny mad at above. Like, whoa. Hold on. What? My daddy, my uncle? Yes. How? Hold on, mama. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'd have crashed out too. We was just young. Let me stop. I forgot. I'm on TikTok. Boy. Y'all, hey, I was having a good time over. I forgot I was on TikTok. Boy, let me pull back. I know how they be doing on this motherfucker. Let me chill out. Let's get back to the book real quick though. I'm gonna do a couple more pages and I'm gonna open up the panels for everybody to come up. You know what I'm saying? And we'll just have a great Friday. You feel me? So the serpent in all ages was divine wisdom, which kills in order to resurrect, destroys, but to build better, which is key. Moses is made a descendant of Levi, a serpent tribe. Shout out to my Ashons. Voodoo, Dumbala is a serpent. For those who don't know, when you talk about Heyah or you just talk about voodoo, Dumbala is a half Naga, half man. Is a serpent. And Haiti is known as Levi, serpent tribe, right? So Moses or Moshe and the Moshe Indians, right? Serpent tribe, Nagas. Gautama, Buddha, remember I told you Buddha's real name, Gautama? Here it is right here. Gautama, like Guatemala, right? Gautama, Buddha is Thoth, is of the serpent lineage. So Thoth is of the serpent lineage, of course. Though the Naga serpent race of kings who reigned in Magdala, Hermes, or the god Tayut or Tut or Thoth, in his snake symbol is Tet. Thoth is, right? Thoth, Hermes, Buddha, right? Thoth, in his snake symbol, the serpent, is Tet. So who is the serpent? Who was the serpent in the Garden of Eden? Okay. And according to the Ophidite legend, Jesus or Christos is born from a snake. There's a book called Jesus Christ, the Crucified Serpent. It's pretty dope, and I'm going to read it to y'all one of these weeks. But it's a book called Jesus, the Crucified Serpent. And they got a serpent on the cross. That shit's crazy, right? But Jesus, the original Jesus, not Serapis or Jesus, but Jesus or Jesus, right? The Son, Christos, is born from a snake, divine wisdom, or Holy Ghost. Holy Ghost, snake, serpent, Thoth, Christos, Nagas, Egypt, America, Atlantis, nigga, naga, nigga, naga, niggas. Look, man. Look, come on, I'm just saying, naga, nigga, naga, nigga, niji, nigga, naga, niggas. What more proof do niggas need? That's all I'm saying. What more proof do niggas or nagas or niggas or nijis need? The truth is so much in your face, it's in the slurs that they call you. Listen to what I'm telling you. The truth is so much in your face that it's in the slurs that they call you. These slurs ain't really slurs. They just use it as slurs to make you hate yourself. These are actual tribes. So when people ask, well, what the fuck is a Negro? A Negro is a Naga. When they say the Negro race, they talking about the Naga race, the serpent race. When they talk about the Negas, they talking about the Nagas. When they talk about the Nagas, they talking about the Nijis. Serpent people, serpent race. Those white folks aren't the reptilians. I wish people would stop calling white people reptilians. They're not. Reptiles, serpents, love the sun. Thoth, the sun. Any reptile you get, if you a reptile lover like me and you done had some, you needed a lamp because they like to sunbathe. They also sun gaze. They also shed. It's a lot of black Americans in here. Y'all done took a shower and forgot to put lotion on before. You got scaly. You start peeling and shit. You like, damn, nigga, I need to put some lotion on. You out here scaly than a motherfucker, man. A lot of people don't even know that we share DNA with pit vipers. Go research that. Go research if humans share DNA with pit vipers and watch what it tell you. We share DNA with pit vipers. Medusa was a pit viper. Medusa is also in America. Medusa, Isis, Maya is all the same people. And Khalifa. Khalifa, Sheba, Isis, Medusa, they all related, all the same. Medusa is a pit viper. She's a Naga. When you talk about the Gargons, which is what she is, or Gargon, those are serpent. That's a serpent race. They from right here in America too. This is the land of serpents. This is the land of 1,000 languages. It's a fact. You do the same thing snakes do and you don't even know it. You don't believe me? If I cut the music on right now, if I cut some Tupac on right now, y'all gonna start doing this shit just like a snake. You gonna start bobbing. You know how them niggas be over there in Hindustan, and the snake be like, yeah, nigga, you be doing the same shit. Let me cut on some shit. You gonna be in this bit like, yeah, Lowe's, that one time I right there. Hell yeah, I fuck with that. Why? Because serpents are energy sensitive. You are energy sensitive. This is why you can't be around certain people like that. You hate you can feel the tension and the energy shift before anybody else can. You are energy sensitive people. They know that you are energy sensitive people. This is why MK Ultra works on you, because you are energy sensitive. Hence why, believe it or not, when you smoke trees, you cannot be hypnotized. Because when you smoke trees or you do shrooms, it changes your brain's brain waves. So that don't work on you, right? But those, and I'm not saying go out here and just smoke your life away, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes being sober while going through a spiritual warfare, it could benefit you. But at the same time, your brain has cannabinoid receptors for a reason. Thoth, creator, put cannabinoid receptors in your brain for a reason. Why? Because of Sophia's lettuce is what I call it, which is something that we always use since ancient times. And we always smoked it in ancient times. We used teas, lotions, textures, food, all that. But I'm gonna do a live about that specific plant when we go over there to YouTube, because I can get deep on YouTube about it. TikTok ain't gonna let me go too deep. Them niggas gonna be like, I'm trying to sell drugs or something. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's that in Dallas? So peak game, right? So peak game. You said, what about tequila? Tequila is very indigenously. It's very indigenous. When we work out, we go, yeah, fat, swarthy, hell yeah. I'm glad you said that. Man, are you in the guest box, bro? Yeah, you up here, man. Let me bring it. Man, hell yeah, swarthy. We do that, bro. Especially when we be fighting too. Yes. We be, come on, bro. That shit be right there. Man, look. You were made in the image and likeness of your creator. I'm telling you. In the image and likeness of your creator. Peace. What's that, swarthy?
What up? Peace. Yeah, facts. Every time you work out, you hit that weight bar, you be like, or when you do push-ups, you be like, you feel me?
Yo.
It's just the way you breathe or whatever. It's like, it's almost like second nature too. And like you said, when we boxing or play fighting or slap boxing, they going, you know what I'm saying, making little snake noises, but it's not on purpose.
Nope. And it's crazy too, because that is actually a real breathing technique that Buddhists do. When you talk about when you channel your chi or your shi, it's a, man, and our people don't know that we doing this shit. It's like you say, it's second nature to the point that we don't even know we doing it. It's just, it's just something that we just do. And it turns into a trend after a while, because now everybody trying to do it.
Don't even know where they get it from. Like you said, they always trying to make white tea people, even they done made white tea people the face of reptilians. Goddamn, we can't have shit.
Hell no, we can't have shit. Hell no, we can't have shit, right? They done made, man, look, I'm telling you. And just real quick before we get, so what I'm saying is that ancient religion, hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, our spiritual practice, hermetics, Gnosticism, esoteric, it is all It is all called serpent science. It's right here. It's called serpent science, the science of wisdom.
That's why I was saying a couple of days ago on my live, we was talking about the Kundalini and the chakra system or whatever. That comes from America. That is not from Hindustan.
Ah, yeah.
Just like the Karma Sutra book also comes from America. That is not from Hindustan.
Yep. And it's crazy because like there's Mayan figurines of them doing yoga. Like I would show everybody, but I gotta scroll far. I gotta re-screenshot everything. But there's Mayan figurines of them doing yoga and shit. It's crazy. And you gotta wonder how they know about yoga if it's some Buddhism or
That's what I'm about to say about the Karma Sutra. They got figurines that's in these Karma Sutric poses they found in America in pyramids in Mexico that predate the Karma Sutra.
yeah.
K Real got it. He got it on his Facebook page. He showed this months ago. Them statues that's in them Karma Sutric poses. Oh yeah, them statues is ancient. This predates the whole Hindustani culture by thousands of years, tens of thousands of years. Everything's American when it comes to spirituality, religion, and all this stuff. It all comes from America, but it's been perverted and took in other places. You know, it's like the game telephone. If I tell you the lollipop is red, and if we tell 100 people by the time they get back to me, it's gonna be a green popsicle. It ain't even gonna be a lollipop no more.
Yeah, now. And since we got 170 people in here, it's Friday, pop quiz, bring up some old shit. OGs don't say nothing, new folks in here. Which one of these ladies, who's the Mexican and who's the Native American? And I know real Mexicans is us. We ain't talking about that. Like in today's time, who would be a Mexican and who would be a Native American? Do y'all know?
Are they?
Genius Music said same people. Third time said number one. They all look alike. Number one, he said all of them. He said they all Mexican.
This is old school. We used to do this all the time. Put the pictures up. Well, we used to kill the. We used to tear their ass up with this. The Native Americans couldn't handle this. They would crash out every time.
Midnight said 2 natives, 1 Mexican. Okay. Somebody said, how come our deities in Mexico? I'll answer that in a minute. All right. So if y'all think that these are Mexicans and natives, let me see. If y'all pick natives or Mexicans, y'all are all wrong. These are Arabs or white Arabs. These are like Middle Eastern people.
They the same people. They eat tacos too.
Yeah, I do that.
They eat
Yeah.
tacos too.
So the reason why I do that is because like I said earlier, right? Imagery, right? A lot of our people imagery got everybody fucked up, right? So, and we did this to natives, and natives were like they're all native, and then we show them that these are Arabs. They start crashing out because now it's like how you don't know what your people look like, or why is it that y'all all look the goddamn same if y'all not the same? Because there is history of these people immigrating to Mexico and Ellis Island. How you think tacos and a lot of Arab Middle Eastern food end up becoming quote unquote Mexican dishes? It's a real history. Right? We know that they're Spanish people whose ancestors come from Spain, but we know that those white Spaniards ain't the real Spaniards, right? Those are Turks and East Europeans who took over that land, right? Because they kicked out all the niggas, remember? Okay. Come on. You see, our DNA is different. The natives are from Siberia. So here's the crazy thing, right? Siberia. When we talk about Siberians are a multi-ethnic population, right? So Siberians are 85% Slavic, Turkic, Mongoloid, and some type of Russian, Scandinavian. That's what makes a Siberian population. So when y'all talk about Siberians, you're not just talking about one person. You're talking about a multi-ethnic group of people, right? And so notice that I said Turks. We know the history of these white Arabs. They are actually Turks. DNA not really that different. Small hats, Amish, Mormons, they all the same people. Right? So all I'm saying is you can't tell what somebody is just by looking at them. Right? Because lookership is destroying knowledge. That's the whole purpose of this. Jen said lice eaters. I ain't messing with y'all. I done created a goddamn word. Y'all going around calling people lice eaters and shit. Somebody wanted me to go back to this one too. I was making people glitch out when they learned that we don't speak what they thought we speak. So if y'all want to screenshot this, y'all can too. Hey, though, somebody was in the box. Star in the box. I ain't know he was in here. Hold on. It's a male source.
Peace.
What's happening, peace? Let's see. James, are you trying to come up, James? I don't know if y'all trying to come up. Always got to ask the new people if they are. Yeah, man. Today was a good live, folks. It was crazy. Dom said, can you join? I got you. I'll bring you up real quick. Appreciate the gifts, y'all. Happy Friday to everybody. Yo, what's happening?
Yo, what up?
Cool.
What up? Peace. What up, Star?
What up? Swarthy, how many accounts you got?
Shit. I might make another one. I don't know, about 3 or 4. I'm about to make you got it. Listen, y'all, that's the first rule of TikTok is you gotta have multiple accounts. Especially when you do what we do, they're gonna report you, they're gonna mass report you, they're gonna go to your live streams, they're gonna get your lives to, and they're gonna say stuff that you ain't even do. They're gonna report you for nudity, and then you're gonna have a picture of the Bible up. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have a picture of a horse up, and they're gonna report you for nudity. That's how they do. But nah, you gotta keep a few accounts in the chamber. Keep them in the chamber. They can't take you off this app. As long as you keep 3 or 4 of them in the chamber at all times.
Mm-hmm.
So can I ask the question though?
Yeah, what's good?
So I'm reading it and it says Egypt is in America. So I mean, I study ancient Egyptian history, and I take some classes how to read the hieroglyphs and all that. And from what I found, it goes back to like Central Africa, like during the Green Saharan period, which is around like 7,000 BCE. You heard of Nabta?
Mm-hmm.
All right, is there anything older in America that's older than Nabta with like Egyptian theology, language, or anything that has to do with Egypt and America?
First thing, well, you have to understand that Egyptology and the Egypt that you learning in school was created by white Arabs who erased it and whitewashed Egypt history in the first place. So,
But it's not whitewashed. They're saying it's come from Central Africa.
Most of the stuff that you're learning in Egyptology is false and pseudo and whitewashed.
I mean, I agree with you to a certain extent, but yeah, some of it is whitewashed. But that was like back in the day. Now we got like unbiased scholars who putting out like the real information.
So Dom, who was the father of Egyptology?
You mean like the language?
No, the study of this Egyptology, the study of Egypt. Who's the
I would
father?
say, well, in my opinion, it's Alan Gardner, because I deal
No,
with the
it's a guy that predates him called Ahmad Dadat. Ahmad Dadat looked like them Arabs he was just showing.
Okay, but what did he do?
He the reason why you believe all this stuff about Egypt over being over there. Ahmad Dadat is where you get this from.
Nah, bro.
Look him up. Google him. He's a dude from the 1950s and 60s. He was predating whatever dude you just said.
No,
You can't
but
forget that when you study something, you building up on the knowledge that you already have. So if the
Yeah.
base knowledge is corrupted, then everything will be corrupted. Then on top of that, they talk about how Egypt has certain features, and then they talk about how in all continents they have pyramids that are exactly the same, right? Even in Antarctica. So when you look at it like that, that could mean that the source could come from anywhere, not specifically Egypt in Africa. It's just that that's where they found it originally, or that's where they credited it to. So if America has more pyramids than Africa, why would Africans come to America and teach Americans how to make pyramids more than they already made in their home?
you getting confused because you're using the word pyramid. I mean, the Egyptians didn't call what they built a pyramid. It was a merku, and what they had in America, that was nothing compared to what we see in Egypt. They
But the
got
math
like,
is the same. That's the thing. The math is the same.
what do you mean the math?
Like the way that they face, the way that they're built, it's
Yeah,
all based off of the same
it's
math.
built towards the stars. It's actually built on the Orion's belt. Actually is not over Egypt. It's over here in America. Orion's belt is built over the pyramids in Mexico. You know that, right?
Wait, say that one more time. I didn't hear
The
that.
Orion's belt, which they said they attribute to being the great pyramids, the three great
Yeah.
pyramids that's in Egypt. That's not actually where Orion's belt is. Orion's belt is over the top of the Americas.
Well, the sky moves, so probably
The
like
sky don't move. The sky do not move.
The
The
sky don't
sky
move at
don't
all.
move, bruh. Stop the cap.
so the
How
earth.
if the sky moves? Hold on. If the sky moves, why have the same depictions of stars from 60 to 100,000 years ago still look the same today?
So the
It
earth is
doesn't
flat.
move. The
Saying?
Big Dipper and the Little Dipper are gonna be in the same spot tomorrow as it was last week.
So
It
the
don't
earth is.
move.
Are you saying the earth is flat, bro?
Yes, but that's here nor there. Right
Even
now,
with
we
the
talking about
story
the
of the earth
stars.
being flat, the
Show me a
stars
picture of the
don't move. It's
stars
only the
moving.
sun and moon move.
No, because at a certain point in time, Orion did line up with the pyramids when it was
No, it
built.
didn't. That's
Right.
false. That is false.
You got the
Okay.
videos of them
That is
reconstructing
false,
those
bro. I'm
pyramids
sorry.
over there.
Yeah,
The Arabs.
I got videos and pictures of them reconstructing all kind of temples over there. Do you know they actually just found recently 3 Egyptian coffins in I think the state of Kentucky? And this video of it, it's a
No, they didn't.
TikTok going around of it. It's a dude, it's a brother's TikTok. Matter of fact, an American Indian TikTok, and he's showing it on his video. I just seen this video last night. It's going viral.
Yeah, they found
You
it.
know
They found it in Louisiana.
know
Okay,
it's a lot of
Louisiana.
false information out there. I mean, I looked at the same shit that y'all was looking at, like the Grand Canyon having Egyptian hieroglyphs and monuments. But if you look really into it, don't be biased about it. Look up the validity of what you're seeing. It's gonna say it's a hoax. It's not true.
Well, if it says it's
Who
a
said?
hoax, so if somebody told you
Who
something
said?
is a
Hold on.
hoax, then it's not a hoax.
Who's saying it's a hoax? You start there.
The unbiased scholars who are
Name them.
trying to.
Everybody has
I don't know
bias.
off the top of my head, but what I can tell you is that there's no hieroglyphs in America.
Yes, there is, bro.
They
This
have
is a fucking hieroglyph, bro.
hieroglyphs in Tennessee.
That's
They
definitely a
came
hieroglyph.
out with it.
No, when I
Pull
say
up, I can pull up. Hold on. Check it out, because I don't really like the lip wrestle. And if you come up here to debate, I'd be gladly to pull up some goddamn hieroglyphs that's in that the Mayans wrote right now. You know, a book
yes,
written by a
please.
nigga
That's
with
what
a PhD.
I'm not talking about. I'm talking about metal nature. What we see in Egypt.
Nigga, I know what the fuck a hieroglyph is. I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so don't go to a Mayan language and say, okay, this is a
You
hieroglyph.
just said that there wasn't hieroglyphs here, and I'm telling you I can pull them up. And
When
you're
I
gonna
say
tell me don't
hieroglyph,
go to it. The fuck
no,
is you
when I
talking
say
about?
hieroglyph, okay, so
Who
I can
gave
read
this
it.
nigga 100 coins, man? Y'all just be out here wasting money.
No, brother, I can read it. So if you pull
Hey,
something
you
up that's
deserve to
not in
pay
the
everybody in
Bible,
here 100 coins just for your shenanigans, my brother. Let's just be real, man. You didn't even know the father of modern Egyptology.
that's
You
not
don't know where none of
Egyptology.
this, brother. Father of modern Egyptology is Ahmad Dad. If you Google this,
So what did he
he'll pull
do?
up.
What did he do to make him
I
the
just
father?
told you he the reason why you got this ideology. He gave you all that.
What ideology I got? Be
That
specific, bro.
Egypt is all over there in Africa, and those three pyramids is real pyramids, and these ones over here ain't real. No, the ones over here are real. They're actually on energy nodal points
So
called
check it
ley
out.
lines.
So check it out. So check it out, big dog. If you want the cover to this book, I can give it to you. But here's a few similarities of languages that the Mayan Indians and the ancient Egyptians have, and they showing correlations of how the words is real same and the definitions are the same. So there's a lot of correlations. Like you can get this and screenshot it and study it if you want to. So I can go to hieroglyphs. I could do the languages for you. I could go to the pyramids. I mean, I can give you the books, the sources. What kind of information you want?
Yeah, I want to see some hieroglyphs in America.
Easy.
That are the same as the ones we see in
That's too
Egypt.
easy.
Well,
Yes, that's too easy,
we
bro.
have our own hieroglyphs.
We can
Peace,
show them
y'all.
the same though. They've got similar hieroglyphs that's then are the same.
Yeah,
No, I
right.
want to see
Similar
the
and
same.
same are two different things, though. The thing is though, if you want somebody to show you information, you need to pull out your sources and show yours to back up
Oh,
what you're saying.
I can
This
pull up
is
some
this
sources. I
is
already told them
this
what
is
to pull
called
up.
this is called the Mayan hieroglyphs. Too
That's
easy.
not in Egypt though.
How you gonna say this ain't a hieroglyph when it's literally said a hieroglyph?
I said that's not in Egypt.
It's literally Mayans
Look what
are
he
ancient
pointing to.
motherfuckers.
It say K hand Egypt, and then it show the hand, the same hand in Egypt. You
None of
see M
these.
pens Egypt, and then it
Mayans,
show right
Egypt.
there. Look
Wait,
above
so
you, Dom. Look
yeah,
above you
yeah,
where it
okay,
say
yeah,
K
yeah, yeah.
hand in Egypt.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. It ain't it ain't the same. It's a
No,
hand.
They showing you
that's
the
the
A
same
hand is
similarities
a
between
fucking
both the
hand.
hieroglyphs. Yeah, they showing you the same similarities between the hieroglyphs of the ancient Egyptians and the Mayans.
But when I'm
But
looking
what?
at these characters, they not in Egypt.
Are you asking for proof
You
that
didn't
it
ask
is
for it
that
in
Egypt
Egypt. You
is in
said in
Africa,
America.
or are you asking for
Yeah.
proof of a
No,
name of Egypt in America? What are you
I'm looking
asking for
for
specifically?
specifically. I'm asking for proof that the real Egypt, what y'all say, is in America. Cause from everything I study, there's no Egypt in America. Like I don't know where y'all getting this from. It's
But
no
you
Egypt.
also studying it. Everything that we learned in
Hold on,
school,
I
if
got a
we learned it
question
in school,
for
it
him
could be
though.
wrong.
I got a question. I have a question. So, um, have you ever read the Bible before, Dom?
Yeah, from Genesis to Revelation.
Okay. So in the Bible, what are the three mountains? Well, what's the mountain that Moses went up, and what's the other two that he saw when he went up that mountain?
Mount Sinai. You talking about?
Okay, he went up Mount Sinai. What was the other two mountains that was in the shape of a triangle of Mount Sinai?
Yeah, I don't know that.
Okay, it was Mount Horeb, and it was um, um, shit, I forgot the other one. Mount Horeb and Nebo, right? How is it that Mount Sinai,
That's in
Mount
Utah.
Nebo, and Mount Horeb is in Utah
Hmm? Then it's still
Yeah.
called those three
in
things.
the
It's not.
same
They haven't
shape?
changed.
In
They
the
haven't changed
same
it.
shape that it is in the Bible describes. And don't say it's not, because I went there.
She used to live in Utah.
I've been trying to get the American Indians to come out to Utah for 4 years so they can see it themselves. Did I not, y'all? Did I not used to ask y'all to come out there when I was living out there to come and see it like I did?
Yeah, she used to live in Utah. But you
Always used
lived
to
out there
ask them.
about 2-3
I
years.
used to live in Utah. 4 years.
Okay, see.
I was out there for 4 years,
Okay, but
almost 5.
The whole
Okay,
Old
but
Testament is about America.
you do know that the God of the Bible is Yahweh.
I don't
And
give a darn what name you
no, I
want to
didn't finish.
call
I'm
him.
trying to
That's
finish.
not the point. My point is you said
No,
Egypt is not in America, and you said that there's no hieroglyphs in America, and Los just showed you hieroglyphs in America. So are you trying to have a conversation, or you just want to discredit everything that's being said and shown?
no, I
For
have
those,
questions. And
for those, hold on, for those who like information and books and new information, go ahead and screenshot this book. You know what I'm saying? That shit, Egyptians visit America, dope shit. A lot of archaeological evidence in that motherfucker. You feel me? But you asked me specifically to show you hieroglyphics in America. I showed you hieroglyphics in America. Then you switched and said those aren't in Egypt or America. But that's
is
not.
that an artifact,
But
bro?
you moved
Is
the
that an
goalpost.
artifact?
You said hieroglyphics in America. I showed you hieroglyphics in America.
How do we know that's hieroglyphs in America? You just showed me a piece
It
of
said
paper.
Mayan.
I'm talking about like a
It
real.
said
Taking
Mayan.
personal
Listen, bro.
pictures of the pictures in
It said
Egypt.
Yes,
it
I have.
said it said Mayan hieroglyphs, and you can go down to the Bonaparte Mayan fucking archaeological place in Mexico and go see it yourself. You can see this shit yourself. This shit's not hidden, bro. Like you can literally
There's
go
no
there.
picture.
You
And it's
you can
also
go.
common knowledge.
Hold on, bro. Like you can go to the Aztec pyramid and find a fucking right next to the pyramid for yourself.
All right,
Like you
show
can
that.
do this shit, bro.
Show that.
How much of
You gotta
American
compare
history
it.
do you know? No, man, hold on,
No,
bro.
no.
How much of American history do you really know? Because niggas never learned ancient American history in America.
I
So
know
you
about
wouldn't know
the
shit.
the
You
Mayans
wouldn't
and
you wouldn't know
Olmecs.
shit about America because you wouldn't talk shit about
Yes.
America. All you know is fucking Egypt. And you learning
I
that
know the
shit from a
Olmecs.
racist, no, bro, you learning that shit from a racist white Arab who works for the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, and you supposed to be all conscious and all woke, and you should already know that these fucking education institutions is ran by the Rothschilds and Rockefellers, and they giving you bullshit. Like,
No,
what are
I'll
we
go
really
to
talking about? Nah, bro, what is you really talking about? Because the shit that I really hate is that I am exposing whitewashed lies, and it's niggas like you that's coming up here arguing with niggas like me about niggas being original to fucking earth. What are you niggas smoking? I'm talking about white people and racist people and white supremacy, how they lied about niggas' history, and it's niggas like you that come to my life to argue with me about niggas being original. What the fuck is wrong with you? If you want to be African, go be African, nigga. Go be African. Them niggas is giving y'all citizenship and everything, nigga. Please get the fuck out of here if you want to be African.
Where do white people
Okay,
come?
I hate arguing with niggas about shit like this. I'm exposing white people. Now, if you want to get in the business of exposing white people with me, then come holler at me, my G. But I don't
Yes,
want to
sir.
argue with niggas. I'm
Where do
tired of
white people?
arguing with niggas. I've been arguing with niggas on this app for 5 years. You niggas is stupid. Y'all dumb. If you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a goddamn book. Y'all daddies ain't teach y'all that shit. This shit is irritating and it's grotesque, and you asking me stupid ass questions and it's irritating me, nigga. What the fuck are you trying to say? Say it.
Where do white people
And
come
show
from?
something and stop lip wrestling. Show something. Show me a source, nigga. All
Right,
you doing is lip wrestling, nigga. I don't lip wrestle. You in the right panel. Show
Yes,
something
sir.
to get the fuck on. And stop sending this nigga coins, cause he ain't did shit. Or
Ain't
y'all gonna
nobody
get blocked too.
Ain't
He
nobody
ain't
sending.
did shit. He ain't said shit. He ain't showed a source. He said he got him and ain't showed it yet.
How can I source when I'm the guest? I'm telling.
Elias for the city of Ariel, which David besieged. Gather you fruits year by year, eat you, for you shall eat with Moab. For I will grievously afflict Ariel, and her strength and her wealth shall be mine. I will compass you about like David, and will raise for Psalms 83. Anybody?
Words. What did they just say? The Breton, the Englishman. They speak American Indian whenever they use such.
Okay, let's get back to this. So the creator says, and he's saying he's an Egyptian. So the reason why I brought that up is because he's like, I'm Egyptian, I'm Egyptian, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. Okay, then in that day, there shall be 5 cities in Egypt speaking the language of the Canaanite, the what? Canaanite, and swearing by the name of the Creator, Heyah, the authority of the host of the heavens. One city shall be called the city of Ashdod. And in that day there shall be an altar to the Creator Heyah in the land of the Egyptians, and a pillar to the Creator by its borders. Let me see. So this is Isaiah chapter 19. Then it says, chapter 19, verse 20. And it shall be for a sign. That's my friend right there. So what are you trying to say? It's a sign? Yes, this is a sign.